Hello world, this is Wolfstar Games, and welcome back to more Robotics Notes Elite. Last time, we got to see in a flashback, Akiho make a secretive deal with the robot doctor concerning the monopole. So, we all know, as we've been going through this, that as a collective group with the Robot Club, that the secret of the monopole is only known by Kaito, Akiho, and Subaru. But now Akiho has extended that secret out further to Doc in asking her to do this favor for her. Kind of thinking about it, it's still kind of keeping within the Robot Club. I mean, while Doc isn't part of the club in any way, shape, or form, really, he's an extension of the club since he provides all the necessary robotic parts to make, Gun Build 2 and Gun Build 1 before. So, it just kind of makes sense that this secret would extend out to him. And seeing that Akiho wants to bring the best possible outcome of making Gun Build 2, she has the same thought that I have with using the monopole as some kind of power source, and asking Doc secretively to check and see if it's at all possible to use the monopole for the purpose of creating Gun Build 2. So I'm actually glad that someone in the game is on the same page that I am. And last we actually left off here, Kaito is going to go talk to the Frau because of Akiho's persistence. So, let's see how this goes. I press the intercom button, then check the contents of the plastic bag I'm holding. I went to buy some refreshments at Mizuka-san's store before coming here. Oh, he didn't go straight here. Okay. Mainly some flavored breads, snacks, and juice. I'll use these to lure our little shut-in princess out from the shadows. Shut-in princess. Okay. That's an interesting descriptor for the Frau. It's actually been a while since I've visited Frau's place. It has been, yes. We talk on Twipo all the time, but it's been 2 or 3 months since we met in person. That's quite a while. I've actually swung by several times, but Frau kept pretending to be out. It's like she just wants to keep to herself, I guess? I mean, she can't hold herself up away forever. I mean, she has to get outside at some point. She's a shut-in, so if she doesn't answer the intercom, she's either sleeping or ignoring me. More likely the latter, ignoring him. And so, after a while, I just sort of stopped coming over. This brings us to the now. Part of that is due to this place being so close to the hangar. If I can drop in anytime, I can put it off for another day, right? Sure, you could argue that. Just be a bit of a procrastinator. But he promised Akiho that he would talk to Frau. then it just snowballs out of control. So, will she answer the intercom today or what? If not, I'll go watch Juna do her mocap work at the hangar and prepare for my matches with Nisan tomorrow. I do wonder how the mocap is going for Juna. That's my real objective, anyway. I can't wait for tomorrow. That's how starved for a good match I am. Seeing as Nai left for a month or so, yeah, I can see how he can be starved for a really good match. Oh, I just heard some noise coming from the intercom speaker. I guess Frau's actually awake. And not ignoring him, it looks like.
まさか出るとは予想してなかったよ。
ヤシオ先輩。
Yeah, it's me. You okay, Frau?
どうして
She sounds kind of weak. Or am I just imagining that? Frau sounds like she's on the verge of death. Ew.
調子悪そうだね。もしかして引きこもりすぎで栄養失調にでもなった？
I hope she's been eating. I mean, she doesn't take particularly good care of herself, which concerns me.
コナちゃん。
お腹すいた。
You're hungry. Well, I brought food for you. I figured as much. And he came prepared. That's good.
じゃあ差し入れ持ってきたから開けてくんない？鹿児島限定安納芋味のポッキーもあるよ。
There we go. It's sweet potato Pocky. I mean, the last time we saw her eating Pocky, it was strawberry flavored. I wonder how the sweet potato flavored Pocky is.
すごく甘そうです。
That sounds really sweet. Sweet potatoes. Kind of made a pun there in a way.
だが断る。
Why? And yet the entrance automatically opens. Yes. Good.
これがいわゆるツンデレ流。
I mean, except the Frau isn't necessarily a tsundere character, is she? I mean, she doesn't necessarily seem that way. I'll never be able to keep up with this girl. She's definitely a handful, for sure.
まるで冷蔵庫だね。
As usual. Not that that's any different from my previous visits. You're right. Oh! I almost forgot. I was told that I should check my Tweepo during this route in the D section. There's nothing here though. For the any Tweepos from that mysterious person that we were told about. Who told us about it? About him? I think it was actually. Where is it? I guess we're past that point. But the tweepo that we had gotten from, I believe it was Gijene, had mentioned a character that I was not familiar with, and I was told that with that character to check my tweepo in the D section to follow up on him during this particular route. But I guess nothing yet, apparently. Not that that's any different from my previous visits. It's just freezing is all. Yet Frau has her shoulders exposed and is wearing pajama short shorts like it's summer. She isn't even wrapped in a blanket, and she stares at her phone droid. As she stares at her phone droid. Her face is lifeless and pale. She has large, dark circles under her eyes. Frau legit looks ill. It's like, I don't want her to be like this. I don't want her to be sick. Either that or she hasn't eaten in days. Frau seems pretty incapable of self-care after all. If I left her like this, she'd probably be dead in less than a month. Well, we don't want that.
差し入れ持ってきたよ。
飯食ってる場合じゃね
I thought you were hungry. I placed the bag at Frau's feet, but she doesn't even look at it. What about being hungry? Yeah.
ロゼッタ先輩のおもてなしよろ
How is Rosetta gonna show me some hospitality? It's like she's a AI bot. What's she gonna do? Frau says, ignoring the snacks.
ごきげんようヤシオさん
Hi, Rosetta. I hear a voice coming from Frau's phone droid. Though I can't see the screen due to the way she's holding it.
温かいコーンスープがございますが
Corn soup? I mean, I love me some corn. But I've never had corn soup. I'll be game for anything when it comes to food, really. I'll try at least anything once. Whoa, her bot has a corn soup making function? How convenient.
じゃあ頼むよ。
いいえ頼まれても私は作れません
Okay. How's this gonna work then?
恐れ入りますがセルフサービスでお願いいたします
Alright.
じゃあ別にいい。
What a useless bot.
で、コナちゃんは何してんの？
Frau takes a small breath.
そんなことよりヤシオ先輩ちょっとお願いがあるんですよお願い
A request? What kind of request? With upturned eyes, she bends toward me. Getting a little close here, Frau.
お願い OK?
If you keep panting like that, though. Why is she breathing so heavily? Back to this again.
なんだよ。内容によってはまず勝負を。
I mean, we could try that, but how good at Kill Ballad is the Frau?
ちょっと先輩の指をペロペロさせてほしいんです。ペロペロ。
I have no words.
コナちゃんは本当に変態だな。
I mean, sort of. It's like she may talk like a pervert, but I feel like she's really not a pervert.
違うし、これは人間の本能つうか根源的なアイデンティティつうか。
Your fundamental identity. I mean, we could go with that, I guess.
赤ちゃんって自分の親指しゃぶってるっしょ。それはなぜだ。
Okay, yeah, but it's a whole different thing, like sucking or licking someone else's fingers.
坊やだからさ。
That's not why. Frau, come on.
セルフツッコミオツ。つまり私が先輩の指をペロペロするのは精神安定剤と同じ意味なのだよ。性的な意味で。
Yeah, excuse me? In a sexual way? Also, it's like a tranquilizer for her? That's rather interesting. Alright. I don't know how I feel about that. So it like calms her down to lick or suck other people's fingers, or maybe just Kaito's fingers. I mean, is she more into Kaito than I have initially thought?
結局性的な意味なんだね。話にならないな、まったく。
Of course Kaito would come back saying this. I'm so exasperated that I don't even want to continue talking. That said, Frau seems a little more hyper than usual. To calm myself, I open the Pocky and pull a stick out. Want some? I offer some to Frau. There we go. And she immediately takes two and starts biting away at them.
先輩は祭りって知ってる？
It's like, just don't bite my fingers, or lick them for that matter, Frau. It's like, and yes, I do know what a festival is.
そりゃ知ってるよ。夏にあったでしょ、ヨイラー雪祭り。花火上がってるのがここからも見えて。
Yeah. And we had kind of a melancholy moment together during that festival. So, you want to have another melancholy moment together?
じゃなくてね、ネット上の祭り。
The internet kind of festival? I'm a little confused. What kind of festival is that? Ah, that.
何か大きな事件が起きたりした時に、ネットの掲示板やツイポなんかでみんなが一斉に騒ぎ出すことだっけ？
Really? That's interesting. I would not have considered, that kind of thing to be called a festival.
さすがですな。よくご存知で。
Well, I am a Twipo user. That stuff is pretty basic.
祭りの最中はありとあらゆる人種が一つの事件とか事象とかに対して無責任な意見を垂れ流すわけだが。
That's an interesting way to put it. Recklessly vomiting out their opinions.
その情報が本当のことかガセ情報かよく確かめようとせずに脊髄反射で反応するカスもいれば、
Right.
関係者でもないのにやたら熱心にネット上から関連情報とか個人情報とか調べて晒すことに命かけるようなカスもいる。
Yeah, and that's an invasion of privacy.
何が言いたいわけ？
頑張れるの最終話に群がってる連中のこと。
Right, I figured that.
あいつらも、祭りを楽しんでるカスどもでしかない。まあ私もずっとそのカスどもと一緒に荒らしたりしてましたけどね。つまり私が一番のカス。
Really? You're the worst of them? Frau smiles with only her lips. Wait, how do you smile with just your lips? I don't know if I can do it. Are her eyes red from a lack of sleep or from crying? Crying. After all, we saw her dream about her mom.
でもこういう時、皮肉にもこのカスどもが一番役に立つのもガチ。
Actually, The Frau being the way she is more than likely a facade. You know, like a way to protect herself from, you know, from whoever or whatever. And she just puts up this front to show that to not show that she's weak. And that's why she is the way she is. At least that's the way I'm seeing it now, considering her dream. It's like she's lonely, and she's more than likely scared as well. She's lonely, scared, and lost. She's a lost little girl, as I had put it before. And she doesn't know what to do about her mom being gone. And we have no word about her father, so it just makes me really feel for Frau even more if it is the case that she is just putting up this whole facade to protect herself.
つうか、こいつらの無駄な情熱は異常。まさに才能の無駄遣い。そんじょそこらのハッカーなんかよりよっぽど優秀。
More skilled than your average hacker, huh? Well, even though the character is not in this game, there is another character in this universe that is more skilled than the average hacker. In Steins Gate.
アットチャンネラーの技術力は世界一。胸が熱くなるな。
ガンバレルのファンの人たちが何かしでかしたわけ？
More than likely. I haven't talked about the Gunvarel leak with Frau, not even once. If what she told me before about her mom is true, this could be a clue as to her whereabouts. Quite possibly. I mean, we don't know where she is, so maybe it is a clue.
コナちゃんのお母さんが見つかったとか。そうか。この前流出した最終話に手がかりがあったんだ。
I mean, there might have been subtle clues, but they definitely weren't in your face. I mean, there was a lot that went on in that final episode. If there were any clues to her mom's whereabouts, they more than likely were subtle. I try shooting straight with her, and she replies with a grin.
デュフフ。その通りですが何か。
へえ。
I wasn't expecting her to be so honest with me. I mean, she could be honest when she wants to be.
ママがどこにいるかは相変わらずさっぱりだがな、キリ。でもママが残したとしか思えないメッセージが出てきたを。
メッセージ？
サブリミナル、パスワード、黒歴史。
Subliminal. A subliminal I keep having trouble saying subliminal. It's like it makes it sound like I'm like mumbling. But so a subliminal message to Frau, specifically to where her mother is. I mean that would be interesting considering what we've been reading about subliminal messages in the Kimijima reports. So maybe not all the subliminal messages are, brainwashing people. Maybe there's some that are also trying to, like, warn some people or give clues to specific people to what is going on. I mean, I guess that could be a possibility. I hadn't thought about that before until now.
いや、さっぱり意味がわからないから。
産業でまとめたわけだが。
産業にはまとめなくていいよ。もっと長くてもいい。
つまり、ヤシオ先輩は私ともっとおしゃべりしたいんですね。密室で二人きりで。
Yes. In secret, just the two of us. We'll do what you want later. Just I say that, but it's like my mind, of course, goes in the complete opposite direction of where my logic lies, and just wants to go to the kink side with the Frau. What kind of eroge do you want it to be, I guess?
いちいち話をそらさなくていいから。
For a moment, it looks like Frau's face freezes. Very alliterative. Almost like she's about to start crying. That's the expression on her face. But it quickly transforms into an upset pout. Maybe I was just imagining things?
流出した頑張れる最終話のこと、詳しく知ってる？
Probably about as much as any other person who watched it. I mean, we haven't like really sat down to really analyze it.
なんとなくはアキちゃんから聞いたよ。テレビで放映された話の流れを一切無視して、いきなり世界が滅ぶ話になるとかなんとか。しかも主人公以外は全員死亡だっけ？
The reason I have it committed to memory is because it's so similar to the Kimijima reports. Yeah. And that's the scary thing about it. It's already November 2019. In 2 months, that's it. Yeah, what's gonna happen in 2 months when the year is over and it turns over to 2020? A large-scale solar disturbance will hit North America, and while there wasn't any terrorism, there were riots. If that solar disturbance is the one in the Kimijima reports, at the very least, we should be safe this year. For now. But who knows? I might be overthinking it. I mean, it could still take place this year, I feel. Like on the very last day of 2019. So December 31st. It's like it could happen right at the very end of the year and go into the next year. I feel like that could possibly be a possibility. I hope so, at least.
内容は割とどうでもいい。重要なのはサブリミナル映像だろ、上皇。
The subliminal images. Okay. So that it's the images that show up on screen that are subliminal. It's like, especially seeing that there's like no dialogue or anything. It's like, I feel like there could also be subliminal messages within like the dialogue as well. But since the last episode of Gunvarel didn't have any dialogue to go with it, the only subliminal messages that they would be able to put in there, especially seeing that it's unfinished, would just be images.
ああ、紛れ込んでたらしいね。
すごくあからさまに。もともと流出した最終話は4分31秒しかないぶつ切れ編集の映像だったわけだが。
Okay. The final episode, only 4.5 minutes. And it was edited. So originally the final episode was actually longer than that. Longer than 4.5 minutes long. So, how much was cut? That's what I'm wondering. It's like, there could be so much subliminal messages within the uncut version.
そこに全部で19箇所意味不明の画像が差し込まれてた。具体的には渋谷の107とかスペースシャトルとか第二次世界大戦の白黒写真とか福沢諭吉の顔とか。
And I imagine that Fukuzawa Yukichi is that image of that guy in the upper left-hand corner there. I imagine that's him.
そんな当たり障りのない画像ばっか。しかも、どれも画質最悪だったし、ノイズだらけ。だから、その差し込まれたサブリミナルの画像を全部ノイズ除去して、さらにレベル補正して。
そしたら画像から奇妙な点でも見つかったってことか。
あるねえよ。
Of course not. How so?
違うの？
どれも単なる画像だったし。でも、画像じゃなくて映像に奇妙なところがあったんだを。
And what was strange?
画像じゃなくて映像？どういう意味？
But the film as a whole?
最初、解析班は。別に警察の特殊チームとか、専門の研究機関とか、そんなんじゃないんだからね。
For some reason, Frau blushes and squirms around.
祭りに集まった単なるカスどもだし。解析班としては、当然、最初はサブリミナルで差し込まれた画像に注目しちゃうわな。
Trap. Okay, so, if it was a trap, then who was it that got trapped by this? Did Frau's mom get trapped? Was she one of the ones who were trapped? I mean, I feel like a bunch of people fell into the trap, and that Frau's mom was one of those people.
でも、流出した最終話の映像は 120fps だった。
120 frames per second? Jesus!
FPS、フレームレートか。1秒あたりのコマ数だよね。
Yeah. Kill Ballad, for example, runs at 60 FPS, which is plenty fast enough. It's like the 120 is double that.
120fps なんて、ぬるぬるでぐちゃぐちゃすぎだろ。けしからん、エロゲでやれ。
My god. Okay, Frau, calm down.
変態妄想を入れてこないように。
そんなぬるぬるぐちょぐちょ動画はめったにないと言ってるわけだが。
I imagine so. It's like, I don't think that smooth of video is even possible in real life. I don't think. I could be completely wrong. I mean, I don't really know for sure. So, I could be completely off base.
アニメなんてこんなフレームレートで作っても無意味だし。
Right.
頑張れるの既存の映像作品もここまでヌルヌルじゃなかった。じゃあ、なんで流出した最終話だけが 120fps なん？
Yeah. What was the point of making it at 120 frames per second? That's what's really mind-boggling about this. For what purpose would the final episode run at that smooth of a frame rate? Is there like subliminal messages within that smooth of a frame rate? I mean, actually, maybe that is it.
さあ、俺に聞かれても。
1フレが 60fps より短くなるからだろ、上皇。
Each frame is shorter. Okay.
120fps だと1フレは0.007秒くらい。
0.00 seconds. That's really fast. That's short. I'm not sure I could deal with that even if I use slow-mo. That's an interesting thing to think. Huh.
その0.007秒に隠されてたんだお。
A subliminal message?
何が？
さらなるサブリミナル効果。
I was right. Okay. So this 120 frames per second at that smooth of a frame rate are subliminal messages or subliminal effects. And they're like just hidden throughout the episode. That's very interesting.
は？
Another?
さっきの福沢諭吉とか渋谷107とかのサブリミナル映像はだいたい4フレ分あったわけだが。
4 frames long. Okay, so those 4 frames have a hidden subliminal message within them?
その4フレの中の1フレにさらなる謎の画像が含まれていたとしたら。
そうなの？
There has to be, right? If she's bringing this up.
ただでさえノイズだらけの4フレしかない画像の中に1フレだけ紛れ込んでるから気づくのに数日かかった。
Right, it's like it's so fast. It would be very hard to notice. You would have to go through the whole episode frame by frame to notice them. And who would do that? The Committee of 300, I'm guessing, would do that, as well as the Illuminati. To plant those subliminal messages. But aside from those groups, who outside of those groups who are not part of them would go through the whole episode frame by frame? I imagine not a whole lot of people.
で、そっちのさらに隠されてた画像はますます意味不明だったけん。
What was the image of, though?
それではご覧いただこう。
Frau shows me the image on her phone droid screen. That looks like a hospital room, doesn't it? Kind of? Frau shows me the image on her phone droid screen.
これが問題の画像です。
Okay.
あ？
廃墟の家の中の画像。
Oh, it's a ruined house. Okay.
場所は特定されてない。
Can we find out its location?
全国1000件以上の廃墟を探検したマニアもまとめサイトに登場したんだけど、わかんねって。
Well, if they couldn't find the house, it's like maybe no one can.
じゃあここで手詰まり？
だがちょっと待ってほしい。ここ見て。
the image of the ruined house. Frau points to a white wall. B. What's the B stand for?
この模様を見てどう思った？
違和感あるね。
Kind of.
模様だけ後から画像に構成されてたんだお。
After the fact. Okay, yeah. And this is kind of a lot of information to take in.
で、この模様がアルファベットに見えたらやばくね。
I mean, what I'm seeing is a B, so it is the alphabet, isn't it? The alphabet? So, what, within the video, there's hidden subliminal messages that have different letters of the alphabet, and that all those letters together combined spell something out? If that's the case, what would it spell out? I mean, we have a B here. If we look throughout the whole video and find other letters of the alphabet and put all those letters together, maybe we can figure out what the subliminal messages are saying?
歪んだ B に見えなくもない。
Yeah. Although it doesn't look particularly distorted.
正解、指ペロペロさせろ。
What? As like a reward? Okay. Let's hold on to that thought until after this. Okay, Frau? It's like, let's focus on the matter at hand for right now. I'll let you lick my fingers later.
変態は近寄らないでくれるかな。
Away, pervert, away!
サブリミナル映像の中にさらに隠れてた画像は他に18枚あったわけだが。
18. Okay, there's an O. Oh, here we go. Okay, so I was right. Every subliminal message has a different letter. BICDAHPEUYWNIFASVTO. All together, what does that spell out? It's like... And of course, it's just like a jumbled mess like this, so it's like trying to figure out an anagram, which would take a while. So, I wonder if they can figure it out, what all these letters are combined say.
それも全部同じ廃墟の画像っぽくて、どの画像にも似たような変形させられたアルファベットが書き加えられてた。
それを全部並べたら意味のある文章になった。
They have to.
それはない。
No? I mean, if it doesn't spell out some kind of message, then what are all those letters there for? I mean, they have to spell out something. Huh.
そもそも 文章ですらなかったし。
I mean, not in the order that I just saw. I mean, you have to think of it like an anagram. It's like, rearrange the letters. Come on, Frau. It's like, can't you even do that? Try and rearrange the letters and see if they spell anything? Frau taps away on her phone droid and displays the next image.
はい、これ。
Okay, those are all the letters.
ちなみに順番は最終話の冒頭から終わりまでにサブリミナル画像が差し込まれていた順番、その逆順。
逆か。かなり回りくどいことしてるな。
Not really. It's like you just have to, think about what you're looking at.
で、このアルファベットは結局何だったの？
パスワード。
A password. Password to what, though?
どこの？
Yeah. And of course, Frau doesn't know, does she? It's here that Frau goes silent.
コナちゃん？
っていうかさ、あいつら本当によく見つけてきたよね。私さえ知らないような黒歴史。
Cringeworthy, eh? Frau said something like that before, but what exactly is she referring to?
小郡南の黒歴史。
Your mother's past? Okay.
つうか、古郡南の黒歴史。
Kogori Minami. She was the director of the Gundurel anime. And her real name is... It's like, come on. Of course this is her real name. And her real name is Furugori Minami, Frau's mom.
もう20年以上放置されてた個人のホームページがあったわけだが。
Over 20 years. That's a long time, jeez.
コナちゃんのお母さんの？
Frau nods.
まだコミマで同人誌とか作ってた女子高生時代のママが作ったホームペ。
Oh, really? Frau's mom created Doshinshi. Okay, and for Komima. It's like, I'm familiar with Komima from Steins Gate.
ちなみに訪問者数は発見された時点で延べ700人程度。
Only 700? I feel like that number should be higher.
今はまとめサイトの連中が押しかけたんでカウンター回りまくってるけど。
Okay, it is going up.
当時描いたイラストとか漫画とかが載ってたり、乙女ポエムがあったり。
よく残ってたね。
I mean, it's not like the site was, taken down. It's still, of course it's still there.
それは私にも謎。
Okay, so this is pretty mysterious. I mean, Frau's mom disappears, and there's an abandoned website that she used to post on. That she created. Oh, and look at the dates. July 3rd, 96, July 8th, 96. Yeah, these are really old posts.
普通リンク切れになってないとおかしい。使用料とか誰が払ってたん？
Her mom, right? I mean, her mom would be the only one who would have any access to the website, right? Unless someone hacked into the website. Wait a second. Something about this seems familiar. It does? That's right. The Minatimanecho local hall. Oh. At Uchigauka Park? That place has been abandoned for years, and yet it still has running electricity. Yeah. Huh. So... I mean... we did find that radio in there, in that building. So, is wherever her mom is somewhere else in Tanegashima? Because I feel like we would have possibly ran into her if she was at the at that building. So, boy, trying to keep all this straight and thinking about it in a cohesive manner is, kind of a task. The bill is being paid by a company in Tokyo that owns it. Something smells off about this.
あと交流用の掲示板とかもあった。で、その掲示板80くらいコメントが書き込んであって。
最新の書き込みは？
2019年3月。
That's pretty recent.
じゃあそこにお母さんの書き込みが？
そらそうよ。ほとんどが古郡南として20年前に書き込まれたものだけどな。2019年の書き込みはスパムだったし。
It was spam. Okay. So someone else wrote it, not her mother.
なんだ、期待して損した。
ただ、その掲示板の57番目の書き込みだけ。
Number 57. What did that one say?
古郡南じゃなくて小郡南の名前で書き込まれてた。書き込み日時は2015年10月4日。
2015. That's more recent. I mean, that's only like 4 years ago.
頑張れる最終話の放映が中止された2週間後。
Only 2 weeks after. Okay. So did her mother post the Gunverl episode? Oh boy. I unconsciously gulp.
ママが消えてから2週間後。15年クラッシュが起きてから11日後。
And I feel like that's no coincidence. Only 11 days after the crash of 2015, she goes missing. I feel like nothing is coincidental in this game, if I'm being honest. And you know, this just kind of really shows me that. The crash of 15? What does that have to do with this? I feel like a lot.
ちなみに私の本名はコナ。数字だと57。
Really? That's fascinating. Huh.
お
Wait. Read it as 57. Here it is. There was just one post on the board, number 57. Okay, so the number of her post correlates to Frau's name. Interesting. What does that mean then?
誰がうまいこと言えと。
How these things all relate depends entirely on what Frau says next.
いいから続きを話してよ。
その小郡南の書き込みに URL が貼られてた。直輪じゃなくてわざわざ先頭のエッジの文字を抜いた状態で。
Oh, the HTTPS or HTTP? Okay. I didn't think you could remove the H out of that.
あとはわかるなっていう。
わからないって。
その URL のページはパスワードの入力画面だったんだよ。
Interesting. Okay. And all these letters are the password. But what order does do the letters need to be in if they don't spell out anything? Hmm.
なんだって。
What?
入力文字数はどう見ても19文字です。本当にありがとうございました。
19 characters. And how many letters were there? 18, right? So there's one unaccounted for?
例のサブリミナル映像にあった19個のアルファベットか。
The letters from the last episode, yeah.
パスワードを入力して出てきたのはコンテ用紙に書かれたママのメッセージ。それをキャプった画像。
Interesting. What was written on the storyboard paper? Was it a message to her daughter, to Frau? Or is it something a little more subtle? Don't tell me it was her last will and testament. I don't think so. I think it was more like a, you know, like either like a warning or some kind of clue to her whereabouts.
何が書いてあった？
直接見れば。
Frau shows me her phone droid screen again. It's a note scrawled on storyboard paper. It says, Gunvarel is a tool for brainwashing. It's propaganda. Oh. So not a warning to the Frau specifically, but just a warning to anyone who analyzes the video. Very interesting. Gunvarel is a tool for brainwashing, and Akiho is brainwashed. Isn't she? She's all about Gunvarel. Oh. She's totally bought into it. So, oh god. I feel like this is a huge revelation. I mean, if Akiho is brainwashed, is she not really herself? Or is it something else? I don't know. God. My mind is kind of blown right now. So Akiho has to be brainwashed then. So one, how do we end the brainwashing? Yeah, actually, wait. If she is brainwashed, how do we undo the brainwashing, for one? And two, if we undo her brainwashing, she would go back to, like, from when she was a kid. Like, when she was really young. And she would basically be kind of like a blank slate. And would have to, like, relearn everything that she's ever known. Oh god. Oh god. My mind is reeling from this. I mean, it's like I want to keep thinking about it and just, like, spew my thoughts, but at the same time, I need to keep things going here. Ugh. Massive worldwide terrorism with the arrival of the solar disturbance. I fled to try and stop it. They're still out there. They're still out there. They being the Committee of 300 and the Illuminati? I assume that's what she means. Everyone else is dead. Oh boy. Everyone else is dead. This message is a doozy. Someone stop this. Project Adam isn't over yet. And never will be, will it? It's like, what in the world is Kaito thinking? No way.
これはこんなこと。
プロジェクトアトムデュー。
Frau starts breathing heavily again as she speaks. That's right. It's written right there. It's the same. The exact same as the Kimijima reports. Yeah. It's like, slowly but surely, it seems like everything is falling into place and, coming true from what Kimijima has written in his reports. Oh boy. This has gotten so interesting. All of a sudden, it's like it's like the revelation that Akiho could be completely brainwashed, from watching Gunvarel is just huge.
それが何なのかは謎すぎる。とりあえず空を越えてラララみたいな。
Makes me want to fly across the sky. La la la. Oh, I get it. Frau's disappointed reaction is because I still haven't told her about Project Adam in the Kimijima reports. Yeah, he's been pretty silent about the Kimijima reports, and divulging it to anyone who knows about the reports, namely Frau here and Juna. So, it's like, is he ever going to reveal anything else about the Kimijima reports to them? And for that matter, to, like, Akiho or Subaru? I really wonder what Subaru would think about all this. Seeing that he is the most level-headed of the group. Project Adam. It's a part of the Human Ranch Project, designed to use a solar disturbance to kill 5 billion people. That is a lot of people. I mean, 5 billion to wipe out that many people using a solar disturbance? That solar disturbance would have to be, absolutely a catastrophic event in order to kill that many people. Project Adam was supposed to go down in 2015, and Kogori Minami fled in order to stop it. Is that it? So she went missing on her own accord then? She's not being, detained by the Committee of 300 or the Illuminati. She just fled and went missing in order to, 1, protect her daughter, and 2, in order to stop this from happening. I mean, she was the director of Gundarel, so I guess when she learned that Gunvarel was being used for a much more sinister purpose, she, I guess, pretty much, quit and just disappeared. And ever since then, things have been dormant. So, what is going to trigger Project Adam if Kogori Minami is, gone. It's like she's nowhere to be found. So how is Project Adam going to happen, if at all? Gunvarel is a brainwashing tool, and that's what really concerns me. Is especially considering Akiho's love for Gunvarel. It's like, just means that she's completely brainwashed. Brainwashing. My mind immediately jumps to the Tavistock Institute. Are you telling me that they had a hand in the creation of Gunvarel? They had to. The Tavistock Institute, the Committee of 300, and the Illuminati. They all had to have a hand in creating Gunvarel then. That's kind of crazy to think, isn't it? I mean, why would three, massive, influential companies have a hand in creating a super popular anime? I mean, yeah, they use subliminal messages in Gunvarel, but what was the original purpose of creating Gunvarel? Was it to just create subliminal messages? Or was the creation of it, did it start initially as a purpose for something else and just changed over time? Oh my god, so much information is going on here. And trying to keep it all straight in my head is just a little daunting. Then that would mean that they had some endgame in mind for brainwashing people. Yeah. That's absurd. But it lines up too perfectly with what's written in the Kimijima reports. Yeah, seriously. I can't brush it off. Same. Is this a trap? It has to be, right? And this is what Misane was trying to warn Kaito about, right? She was trying to get him to stop delving into all this stuff so that he wouldn't get led into this trap, into the Committee of 300's trap, into the Tavistock's trap, and into the Illuminati's trap. I mean, oh my god. And he took the bait. Is someone setting a trap for me? So what? Like, is he thinking that Kimijima Ko set the trap? Or maybe Airi? I mean, I don't want to think about Airi like that. But I can't rule it out either. But here's the thing. I'm pretty sure I'm the only person who knows about the Kimijima reports in all of Japan. Aside from the little bit that Juna and the Frau knows. I mean, yeah. And then there's Heidi, but, you know, she's not a real person. She's an AI, so a little different there. Plus, why lay such a complex trap just for me? All they'd have to do is kill me like they killed Kimijima Ko. Maybe that's part of the trap, then? Maybe part of the trap is the murder of Kimijima Ko? Does that mean there are other people like me who have picked up on this, and this is just a distraction? I mean, that could be a possibility. And I feel like Kaito isn't the only person who has tried to, get all the Kimijima reports. I feel like there are others who tried but failed. I don't know. There's no way to know. This could just be me being overly self-conscious. But one thing is clear. Kimijima Ko and Kogori Minami. These two share multiple connections. Yeah. And it's almost as if the Frau is kind of caught in the middle, doesn't it? Especially seeing that, one, her being Kogori Minami's daughter, and two, the connection of her name, her real name being tied to the number 57. It's like and that post that Minami made online. It's like so it's like connections upon connections here. So what does this mean for the Frau as well? I feel like the Frau could be like in danger. They both fled from someone or something. And one of them got killed. Kimijima Ko was murdered, and Kogori Minami went missing. They both came to Tanegashima. They both died mysteriously. Well, in Kogori Minami's case, vanished. Yeah. It's like we don't really know what happened to Frau's mom. And they both accused the Tavistock Institute of being involved in a conspiracy.
逆にかぶりすぎでしょ。
It's like too perfect of a plan, isn't it? It's like the perfect plan, all set up by the Committee of 300 and the Tavistock Institute. I doubt this is simply a coincidence. If this isn't some trap, that means they're both telling the truth. Yeah. Massive worldwide terrorism accompanying a solar disturbance and the deaths of 5 billion people. I'm covered in cold sweat. And I suddenly realize my throat is bone dry. I pop open the fruit sour melon I brought with me and chug it. Kogori Minami's hidden message just made the Kimijima reports that much more credible. Yeah. This is on a completely different level than when the final episode of Gunvarel leaked. That's right, this isn't just some conspiracy theory anymore. Kimijima Co. wasn't just writing delusions. The Committee of 300 and the Tavistock Institute actually have a grand plan. And while we don't know everything yet of their grand plan, it's like we still have 2 more reports to go to get. I feel like those last 2 reports are gonna have massive pieces of information and clues as to what their grand plan actually is. Even now, in 2019, Project Adam is still trucking along. They're still out there. The Committee of 300 and the Tavistock Institute. Project Adam isn't over yet. I can't help but read over those hastily scrawled letters over and over. I need to hurry and find the rest of the Kimijima reports. I'd given up on collecting them all after seeing how absurd Number 5's triggers were, but no longer. And Kaito is now determined to get the Kimijima reports. While I sit here, they're out there fast-tracking the end of the goddamn world. And Kaito wants to put an end to it, then? It seems that way with how he's talking here. I glance at Frau. She's still grinning, gazing down at her phone droid. I have no idea what's so funny. Then ask her.
これが本当にコナちゃんの母親のメッセージである根拠は？
コンテ用紙にはママのサインが。あとコンテ用紙もママがいつも使ってたやつ。
You know that for a fact, okay?
それにこの字は間違いなくママ。
And she would know.
ママの字は手が汚い。幼稚園児が裸足で逃げ出すレベルっていう。
Okay, Frau, let's keep on track here. Seriously, what's so funny?
お母さんの手がかりが少しはつかめたわけだけど、この手がかりからお母さんの居場所を特定できそう？
I hope so. I really hope so. I want to see Frau and her mother reunite. You know, I want to see them in a CG, hugging, tears streaming down their faces. It's like, that would be a happy ending for Frau's route. I hope that happens.
できるわけないよ。
Why does she seem so low-key? Why isn't she more frantic? Frau keeps joking around about everything. It's almost like she doesn't think much of her own mom. No, she does. She definitely does. Especially with that flashback dream that we saw. So, it's like she does care about her mom. Kaito just doesn't know that. I just don't understand you, Kojiro Frau. Or should I say, Furugori Kona?
ただ
However, what?
こういう時の祭り参加者どもの情報収集能力は異常。
Abnormal how?
私さえ知らなかったのだぜ。ママが4年前失踪した後であんなコメント残してたなんて。だからそのうちきっと全部さらされる。今はまだ誰も知らなくても、ガンバレルのスタッフが10人以上死んでるってこともすぐバレる。
Did we learn that before, that 10 members of the Gunvarel production staff died? It's like I'm having a little trouble remembering if that came up before.
犯人は小郡南だってスレがハットちゃんに100スレは立つ。
I don't know how I feel about that. Of people pointing the finger at Frau's mom.
これでガンバレルが4年ぶりに社会現象になってキルバナもまた売れまくり。
Will it though? Will it really though, Frau?
私はボロ儲けで飯うまきたこれ。
Drink their tears? I've never heard this phrase before. Internet slang used in the 2000s, used to highlight enjoying someone else's suffering. Okay, that makes sense. Savor the flavor as you drink their tears. Wow. I've never heard this phrase before. Frau's as excitable as ever. Regardless of how negative the info is, she did get some new clues about her mom. Yeah. Maybe this is her idea of optimism? In her own quirky way? Sure, yeah. Or maybe she's just an idiotic pervert with a busted personality. I'm just gonna gloss over that.
そんなことよりヤシオ先輩、そもそも今日は何の用でここに来たん？
Oh, right. It's like, we came here for a purpose. And not particularly to talk about this, but but this needed to be brought up. Crap, that's right. I came here for a reason.
さては腹ペコで弱っている私に隙を見て襲いかかろうという魂胆ですな。
No, Frau, no.
ふざけるなー。そもそも男子のくせに女子を襲おうという発想が間違ってる。
I agree with that. I do agree with that.
男子たるもの男子を襲うべきだろ上皇。
Okay, now we've just gone back to Frau's kinks all of a sudden. It's like, need to lighten the mood after such heavy information, right? What's she talking about? Yowie. That's what she's talking about.
というわけでメガネ、ロボ部のメガネを連れてこい。ヤシオ先輩に襲わせるから。
No, I don't want to have that image burned into my brain.
早くしろ。どうなっても知らんぞ。
I'd be an idiot if I went along with this delusional pervert's silliness. So I cut straight to the point.
俺がここに来たのは部長命令だよ。コナちゃんに例のロボ2号機の駆動システムを作るよう頼みに来たんだ。
Frau hears my words and smiles happily.
などと意味不明な供述をしており。
いや普通に意味通じるでしょ。
お前がそう思うならそうなんだろう。お前ん中ではな。
In his own mind. I mean, he's right. He's just delivering a message. I guess she has no intention of hearing me out. I mean, her mind is on other things. More important things. Whatever. I figured it'd turn out like this. Oh boy. That was a lot of heavy information. Oh boy. I feel like I have the wind knocked out of me a little bit. And, oh my god, looking at Akio here, it's like from here on out, I'm gonna be seeing Akiho in a different way. You know, seeing that Gunvarel has been a use of brainwashing people and for propaganda. It's like Akio completely bought into it. So I'm definitely gonna be viewing her differently from here on out. Just a little bit anyway. I mean, I love her, but at the same time, I hope things with the brainwashing aspect to all this kind of doesn't end in a way, because if Akio's brainwashing ends, wouldn't she revert back to being like practically a different person? I don't know, but anyway, all of this is a lot to take in, so definitely need some time to really think about this and get my thoughts all straight in my head. So I am stopping it here. So I hope you all enjoyed watching, and thank you all for watching as well. And if you enjoyed the video and want to see more, like, favorite, and claw that subscribe button to become part of the pack. And as always, everyone, I hope you all have a wonderful day or night, wherever you may be.